Day 232 of 1,461 Days of Ignoring the Trump Administration. I am not a self-help guru. I'm just trying to help myself. I have something in common with the leader of the Trump administration. And no, it is not sending completely disgusting, obviously incriminating birthday cards to one of the most heinous predators in American history. It is the belief that anything is possible. I am an optimist. And as much as I believe that the leader of the Trump administration is a totally negative influence on our nation, I believe that he believes he is eternally optimistic. He probably loves the song Happy by Pharrell Williams and would probably do his double fisted jerk dance to it if his hands weren't so bruised at the moment. Quite often, optimism goes hand in hand with being delusional, but I believe that optimism must go hand in hand with being realistic. I believe that one must be realistic to achieve optimism, that one must be mindful to maintain optimism, and that one must be hopeful to embrace optimism eternally. The leader of the Trump administration only does the optimism part all by itself because his optimism is rooted in his delusion. For instance, when he was so roundly booed at the US Open over this past weekend, it is a certainty that he heard those boos as cheers because in his mind he believes that people would never boo because booing is pessimistic and he is eternally but delusionally optimistic. But if he were realistic, he would stop and say, "What is this booing about?" If he were mindful, he would say, "Well, perhaps these are people who disagree with my behavior both as a person and a president." If he were hopeful in his realistic and mindful optimism, he would say, "Perhaps I can change their minds through taking responsibility for my behavior and improving myself." Unfortunately, this example shows where the commonality I have with the leader of the Trump administration in our optimistic way of life diverges. I hope that his followers can make sense of this explanation, and I am optimistic that we will continue to ignore the Trump administration.